So anyway, let's get into this instrument. This is very unusual, you know. It's got 11 strings. It's actually tuned like the normal guitar, and it's fretless. So you can do a little.
Was it custom made?
No, it's just made by Godin, and you can buy this one. It's not very expensive.
11 strings.
It's
or
11
did you just take one off? Is it 12 strings?
No, it's like that. It's 11. You see?
Creepy.
Yeah. So it's based on oud. So the oud is like exactly like this, but the scale length, the neck is like that big, and the body's pretty big. So because it's kind of an acoustic instrument. So this is like a fretless guitar based on that. And when I did the research for this guitar, I've seen a video with Patrick Godin saying he had a lot of people, because his guitars are really popular in that kind of ethnic, acoustic ethnic style. They buy Godin guitars because they really, they sound good when you plug them in. They don't sound very good like this, but they sound good when you plug them in, and people get them, you know. And some guy is asking, why don't you try to do a fretless thing like that on guitar player? And he said he did it as an experiment, but it worked. So, and to be honest, I paid about £800 for this, which is about $1,400. 16. Wow, is it double?
Oh yes.
So, which is, it's quite a lot for an instrument which you don't know if you're gonna work or not. But then that particular time I had some money, and I wanted to save money from the taxman, so I thought, let's buy a guitar, why not? Instead of giving it to him. So, and I got this, and it did work. The only problem I face now, because all the strings are doubled, and you see I didn't change the strings, I kept them all, because the older the strings, the more in tune it stays. Yeah. So that's how it goes, you know. It's not like the electric guitar. It's nice to have new strings, and this is different, and the sound gets a little more warm and stuff. The problem is, because on a fretless instrument, if you play, have you ever played a Vizier fretless or any fretless instrument? It's actually pretty simple. It's not that bad. The only thing is you have to play right on top of the lines. So this one has some lines there. So when you're on top of that, you're actually not behind the fret. You're on top of the fret to get the right pitch. This one, because it's double, it's even harder. So you know, I had to change the whole technique, like. Scale, so I had to kind of focus more on stable instead of moving around the neck. So most of my ideas are like this, otherwise it gets out of tune. And I'm still working on it, you know, whenever I have some free time. It's very hard to play. But what I did is I wrote a tune. And that's what I do, I write tunes. So I wrote a tune with this guitar, so I put my ass down to learn how to play it. So we're going to try to play it now and see if it's going to work. See if I'm going to be in tune. I'm tuned it. So what I'll do is I'll play a little bit what we call in Greece taksim. Is the musicians sustain a note and you just play around it. And I'm going to try to play some of this stuff in there. It's in B minor this one. Okay, so ready? So.